Joystick, the Joystick Show. Up, down, left, right, B, A, select. Start.
Welcome, gamers, to our twisted reality. Wonka, 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 wonka.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.
All right, welcome everybody to the Joystick Show. When we turn off that extra noise, the ambient noise, right? The disturbing noise. How's everybody doing here after a little hiatus, a little break? I say break. We're getting to this thing, right? Every 4 weeks.
Yep.
We don't want to over joystick our Rumble Pack, do we? We don't want to get too much. I mean, but when we started this thing, I said we. You are not even a. You're a twinkle. No, actually, you weren't a twinkle. You're a 2, right? 2 years old when I started this, right? No. Yeah, about 2 years old. And there was a lot less content out there than us. And speaking about video games, so there's a lot out there. Once a month's good to enjoy the content. If you do, and we do appreciate you each and every month at this stage, enjoying what we're talking about. We are the Joystick Show. We're a father and son combo talking about generational differences in video games, and boy, do we have some topics to differentiate our generations by. Right? We go by our gamer tags on the show. I'm Vogue Spear.
And I'm Thing12.
All right. And how do they get a hold of us? Because I'm going to have a question I need the Rumble Pack to answer during the show. So how do they get a hold of us?
You can get a hold of us at joystick_show on Twitter, joystickshow.com, our website, at joystick_show, which is our Discord.
Right.
I believe.
So you can hit us many different ways. All right. So let's jump into it. But before we do, we always got to read our sponsor. We have, we have a whole lineup. I got like a whole box full of sponsors just waiting to invest their money with us, right? Because the Rumble Pack is so awesome, and they always buy everything we say, right? When it comes to sponsors. Here's the next one for y'all. It is Gazer for Gamers. It's a special glasses that allow you to see peripheral vision, even alert you when there's motion to your right, left, and behind you. A special over-the-head sensor informs you of your mom, dad, or significant other coming up behind you to pull the plug on your 12-hour marathon of gaming. That's right. Stop them in their tracks. Just $39.99 per pair, and act now and enter the promo code JOYSTICK to get a second pair for just shipping and handling fees. The Gazer for Gamers. Blinders be gone and game on.
Can you get your prescriptions?
Oh, I'm sure.
Your $150 prescriptions.
Plus the $39.99. Probably. You can make it happen. Just like that. Protect y'all, see everything all around you. Kind of like those new vehicles these days. You drive around with all the cameras. They know what's going on.
Or like mirrors. That's in in old vehicles.
No,
mirrors.
Not mirrors. There are cameras and everywhere. You can look behind you and see what's beside you. Yeah, I know. We don't invest in such ridiculous, costly technology, but it's there for sure. All right, so we're on the gaming front. What is going on the gaming front? I tell you, I'm having a great opportunity working with board games, doing some reviews on everythingboardgame.com, which is a great website that we're using and working with designers and creators of that fabulous digital e-zine. What else am I doing? A lot of stuff gaming-wise, tabletop simulators, doing a lot of reviews and so forth. But just as far as getting to the video world, right? It's been a little difficult, gotta be honest with you. And I haven't been really overly pleasantries by it. Can I say that? It's not really, it doesn't work, does it?
No, it works.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but I did say, you know what? I gotta get up to the times with my boy and see what's going on, right? And you're playing like a madman still, right? You're just going nuts. You got bed sores on your butt from sitting in the chair playing games all the time, and some schoolwork, but mostly games and some schoolwork.
Well, it's a lot with online school too, because I have to be there from 8 to 4.
Right.
And
then when you do from 4 to 8.
And 4 to 8. 4 to 8, I actually, from...
At 4 in the afternoon to 8 at night, you're gaming.
From 4 in the afternoon to 8 at night, I get up more than I do in online school.
Right.
Just because I don't like sitting in my chair that long.
Yeah.
But...
Gotcha. Well, so as we go through and we're gaming, when I do have a chance to sit down, I did got a hold of the Valorant to try because everybody was talking about it. It's the big conversation being had on first-person shooters, right?
Yeah.
Not third-person, first-person.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know. These days, when we start looking at gaming and graphics, is it just easier to do like
Simple.
cartoonish looking graphics? Most likely, right? Than to have
Well,
to
when
do...
you have a game like that,
Is that a genre game? Would you call that versus a?
That Valorant?
Yeah, like
Not the graphic
the
style.
graphic side.
No.
You know how it's like cartoony, very first Fortnite-ish, or very or very Overlook-ish, even though Overlook looks.
The reason Valorant did it,
Overwatch. I mean,
the reason they did it, I'm guessing, is because if you play CS:GO, which was obviously really popular, and I played it a little bit. This is the only reason I started playing Valorant. But if you play CS:GO, its gunplay is a lot different. Where instead of like Call of Duty, where you have your reticle and your little holographic sight or whatever, the gun on the.
Did you just call my reticle little?
Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
No, so you have it right, but the recoil is obviously going to make that go up, but the bullets will always go where where the very center of that is.
Right.
And Valorant, it's not. So you start. It's precise when you're not moving in your first 2 bullets or something. But then you have to, by the time you're spraying the gun, your crosshair has to be like on the ground because the bullets are going up. So it's different, and you don't ever really scope in. You only like hip fire. So it's like a CS game. So there's games that's like the genre of that game,
right?
Excluding the graphics. But the reason they probably made it that way is because with a game like that, when you're trying to like guard the bomb after planting it, or a competitive game like this, the reason they probably made the graphics more simple is because if they made them realistic, you would have a lot going on in your screen, especially with all the abilities.
Oh my gosh. So that's my point. What I was trying to say is that's the piece where like Flash and I started getting shivers and shakes, because there's a lot. Now it's beautiful, like the graphics, you know what I mean? Even though it's cartoony, like what's that girl that does the wall? It looks like Kaleidoscope. Reminds me of a college party. What was it that she does when she launches the wall and it shoots down the line? It's like all this kaleidoscope of color.
Viper, yeah.
What is it?
Viper?
Yeah. Wow. Great stuff. Cool stuff. And now I was playing, what's his name? Where it's like...
Breach? Yeah.
Right? I was launching stuff. So as far as the actual mechanics of the game, I said, this is pretty cool. I could get into it. What I have trouble with, and I have a hard time dealing with, is I guess what you're calling like angle scoping or angling something or another, right? You kind of mentioned. But it's like... If like I can't look, so like in a Rainbow Six Siege, when you can kind of lean over and take out that angle, I think that's a huge piece of for shooters now, right? Especially how good you guys are, you kids are. I mean, I literally just move my shoulder out a little bit because I can't turn sideways, and I'm gone.
Yeah, no. So in the game, you can't like. So in Valorant, or not Valorant, in Rainbow Six, like you're saying, you have like a hallway, right? And you're about to peek the corner.
Right.
You aim. And you look,
right,
and you leave, or you hold the angle.
Right. Even Gears of War originally did the thing where you can crouch and look around.
Right. Well, in Valorant, you don't just aim, see if there's an enemy, and go back. You strafe. So even if you don't know if there's an enemy there, you go in enough to see your head and instantly go out. Because then, if you see somebody, you know they're there. Then you go out a different way. You either flash, or you
I got you.
Or you take other ways to go out.
Right.
But what happened with you is you were trying to slowly peek it like Rainbow and wait to see if you see anyone.
Right.
But when you slowly peeked it, your head wasn't fully out, so you couldn't see past the wall.
But they could see
your shoulder.
Yeah.
So and you can shoot through walls.
I can barely play Rainbow Six successfully. Now, all of a sudden, they want me to change my entire gameplay of how I do it.
Yeah, it's a different game. It's strange, and I don't really like the game.
Yeah.
Or I think it's fun sometimes when I do really good. That's why I come back to it.
Well, it's fun when you do good.
Yeah, it's fun when I'm doing really good.
No, I have a ton of fun just getting my ass whooped every moment when I sat there and played it.
Yeah, but the game isn't very well developed.
Right.
Me and my friends always make fun of the developers because it's just not a very well, like they don't try and balance characters.
Right.
Like the player you were being has these flashes that are just really overpowered and you can't see anything for like a full 5 seconds.
I didn't really use it that well then because everybody's whooping me.
No. But
yeah.
It's broken.
Yeah, so I played Valorant. It was okay. I mean, I'm glad I tried it and saw which everybody was involved in. But I mean, I think the other times I just like doing some marathon. I was playing hours of Black Ops 2. I went all the way back to Black Ops 2 Zombies. and
that's
played that, and that's a lot of fun. I still love that. I still want to get a tattoo of the monkey bomb on my ankle or on my calf. How great would that be? Huh? How cool would that be? Would that be the coolest dad ever?
I mean, if you want to get it, you can.
I'm thinking of doing it. The monkey bomb on my calf.
Monkey bomb was like the one thing in Zombies that scared me when I was younger.
Yeah.
The Zombies didn't. It wasn't that. It was the monkey bomb.
Yeah.
Whenever you get it in the...
Well, the monkey bomb's been in a lot of movies and a lot of things, too. It's awesome. Matter of fact, what was he in? Chucky? No, I can't remember the first time I saw it. I'm going to look it up. But it's awesome. Just so awesome. So I just did a lot of that. We only got to like level 16, I think was the best we ever did. I know there's guys getting they're getting like rounds 200 or something ridiculous. But that's what I'm playing. What are you playing?
Let's see.
I'm sorry, am I keeping you up for this podcast?
No.
Right,
aside from like, Valorant, Brawlhalla I talked about.
Yeah.
Besides from that, I got into a game called Outriders, which just came out April 1st, and it's free on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, you can pick it up. But if you like Destiny, if you grinded Destiny, if you loved Destiny at all, then you need to play this game, because it's almost like Destiny took inspiration from Borderlands. This game took even more inspiration from Destiny, because the UI is almost identical to Destiny, but it's a looter shooter. The only difference, I'd say, is that it's not first person. Destiny's first person, which is the biggest difference, so the guns obviously work differently, but it's the same game. You have loot rarities, you get better loot. The reason that I would say Outriders is better is because it has a better story. I'm almost done with the story right now, but it has a better story off of Destiny. It has a better upgrading system, where in Destiny you would have like your light level. It would start at 1,000, and then you get guns that have better light levels, which make your overall light level go up, allowing you to get better light. So the more, so it's like the more
like Jesus right now.
The cooler guns you get, or the better guns you get, you have to equip them.
Okay.
And then the game will give you more better guns than what you have equipped, which is a really bad system, because if you get a gun you don't like, but it's a higher light level,
right?
And you equipped it, but you don't want to use it, so you go back to your lower ones. You level up slower, or you go up slower.
Instead of it goes
which is a really bad way that they like to. Or it's a really bad way to do it. Okay. And Outriders does this thing that I love, where you have world tiers.
Okay.
So
world tiers.
World tiers. There's 1 through 15 world tiers, and every time you go up a level, it increases the enemy's health.
Right.
The loot that you get will be better.
So it's the same engine as Fallout 76. Fallout 76 does the same thing. Like, I could be playing with somebody, a buddy of mine, and he could be level higher than
if you're playing with
somebody else. What's the monsters? Or what?
If you're playing with somebody else, you get in like a lobby together, and I'm pretty sure you both are on the same world tier. So you can't be like.
Oh, so somebody that's way better than me, that means they're gonna.
So I think if you play, I actually haven't tested this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Like, let's say I'm trying to play with someone. I have world tier 9 unlocked.
Okay.
Oh, whenever you want, by the way, in the game, let's say you're world tier 9 and you're having a really hard time on like this one boss level, you can bring it down to world tier 6, have an easier time on it, but it just gives you less loot, or less as good loot.
Gotcha. That's kind of cool.
And so I'm guessing if you're like world tier 9 and you want someone to get the game and they get it, and it brings you down to, and they're world tier 1, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have to play with them on world tier 1, so you won't get as good loot.
Okay, well so they're just bringing it down.
So so it's not Fallout where you have 2 separate.
Which is kind of weird. I liked it when I was playing World Peculiar, because he played a lot and I didn't, but he still felt okay playing because he could upgrade his guy too, rather than waiting for me. See, that's the thing. You're gonna be playing the 9. You're gonna be waiting forever to get anything.
Yeah, like H-Bogey.
Yeah.
I'm playing with the Consume Gorgon.
Yeah.
And we want H-Bogey to play with us, but we're gonna have to go back down to what he's doing, like you're saying. So,
right.
But it's fine, because it's still, as much as we won't get good loot from it, we'll still get crafting materials and things and experience that we can use to help buff our loot that we have.
And buff him up faster too, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing too. You could do in that game. You can help buff somebody, get him up there faster too, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
So
nice. Okay.
So I really like the game. I like looter shooters. They can be a little grindy sometimes, but I don't. That's if you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
This game, I haven't done everything to do, so I say this going in it like kind of only playing it for like I think 8 hours.
Yeah.
But there seems like there's a lot to do, and I haven't been bored of it by like repetition. Like each boss is like a new thing. The 4 classes, I forgot to mention, just like Destiny has 3 classes, there are 4 classes in this game.
Okay.
And you pick your class with your special powers, and you unlock abilities as you level up. I'm still not fully unlocked all the
abilities. Are they as cool as Destiny's or no?
Yeah, they're really cool. Like the class I chose is the Trickster, and he specializes with like being an assassin and getting up close with the enemy. Where Consume Gorgon shows a character called the Technomancer who specializes with staying back and placing turrets and fighting from back. So we combo that together, and one of my abilities, I place like this orb around me, and it has like this anomaly of just slowness. So whenever we're getting overrun by people, I place the orb, and they'll shoot at it, and you just see the bullets hit it and start slowing down.
Oh, so you do the old Matrix routine, like whoa.
What's weird though is you see the bullets coming at you. Every bullet that they shoot,
kind of like
Hot.
What's the name of that VR game? Hot Shot or
Super Hot.
Super Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is they'll still do all the damage that they originally would, but they're just slowed, so you can just move out of the way from them.
That's nice.
So it's a really cool ability. I have other ones like this sword that I slash and just turns them all into skeletons. Like does a lot of damage. It's really cool. So the abilities are definitely as cool as Destiny.
And how much is this game, Outrider?
It's $60, but if you have Game Pass, it's free. That's why I played it.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
So $14.99.
Because it's a AAA game.
Gosh.
And it's new.
I'm telling you, it's almost not worth buying the pass now, right?
Or not worth buying. What?
Not worth buying the pass. Wait, that was a double negative. So just buy the pass. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. So
that's crazy.
It's a really fun game. Check it out. I
don't know how designers and game are making money on it. You know what I mean? If you're buying it on pass,
I don't know.
Nobody's buying that kit. Anyways, cool. That's very cool. All right, so that's what we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's the time for there, son? It's time.
The Joystick News Report.
Joystick News. The news.
Okay.
What's up in the news?
I don't know. You're talking about a game coming out?
Oh my gosh, let's talk about generational differences. Are you familiar with Pac-Man, son?
I'm very familiar with Pac-Man.
Very? Come on, very? No, somebody that's played Pac-Man probably his entire...
Yeah.
probably age... It would be age 11, my entire... No, let's see, what would fourth grade be?
I've played it enough.
What's 4th grade? How old are you?
I'm sophomore.
No, when you're in 4th grade, how old are you? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
My entire 9-year-oldness was all Pac-Man. Anyways, so do you see they're coming out with a new Battle Royale game, Pac-Man 99? Huh? It's coming out on Nintendo Switch. It actually came out yesterday. We're recording this on the 8th. It came out yesterday on the 7th.
So it's basically, if you played Tetris 99, it was one of the most top-selling games. It's free.
Yeah.
But it was one of the most top downloadable games on the Switch for the longest time.
Yeah.
It's Tetris Battle Royale. So you have all these Tetris players doing it. They come really fast, and you get eliminated as you go.
Right.
I guess they're releasing that called Pac-Man 99, where it's just Pac-Man Battle Royale.
Yeah, but it's so cool because, let me say how cool it is. First of all, as an aging gentleman, right, I look at it and go, oh my god, they've just totally cluster effed it up more. They took a very simple, cool game and just totally, added all these, everything where it's like, chaos! Yeah. But I will have to say, if you play it live, it's kind of cool. There's 2 features on it that's cool, is that you can create a trail, right? So you can press something where it creates a trail of anybody that has died, it goes into your world, or is it vice versa? If you did something that shoots Pac-Mans to your world, right? And then they chase you around with the ghosts. But there's a thing where you can click and kind of like super power up, and if you hit one of the orbs that eats it turns them, it turns all of the ones that they did that way, so you can get extra unbelievable points. You could just line them up and take them out.
So is it Pac-Man 99 to where you try and eat the other players as ghosts, or is everybody have their own board and they each get the most points?
Right, but your board sends things to different people while you play.
That's what it was for Tetris 99.
Same thing? Okay, so it's the same concept. So I think it's almost a unique type of player interaction, like co-op player, or I should say Royale type play, right? And they're taking all these old games doing it. So I think I need to jump in on that one. So I need to borrow your Switch for the week, okay? All right, so that's very cool. I thought, you know what? Because it still keeps the game itself, the original game itself, active, but it gives you things. It's almost kind of like phone a friend. There's a lot of things you can do now to speed up. Oh, if you need to, you can press speed up real fast to get away from stuff that you need to, but you can only do it once, right, in a map. So there's a lot of cool features. It's like, who wants to be a Pac-Man millionaire or something like that?
That's cool.
No, that didn't really mash up well, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So that's what's happening on for the Pac-Man. So download it. Which, by the way, speaking of the Switch, the big news.
Switch Pro.
Right?
That's gonna be cool. It's about time they release a new console. So.
Do we know anything about it? I just saw that they're talking about revealing it. There's already some details on the like what it is in the Pro. I didn't get a chance to go through it.
It's rumored, but it's like almost confirmed is what's happening.
Yeah. Some believe that the Switch Pro console could be coming as early as, well, they say what, mid-2021? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it's all about. You think it's just better graphics? It looks like it features a 7-inch screen. What is it now? Like 4-inch, 5-inch? So it's a bigger screen.
Yeah, somewhere.
But it's only 720p. But it's OLED screen, but still. So, I mean, I guess when you're only 7-inch though, the P doesn't matter as much, right? Because it's so condensed, all the pixels and everything, anyways. So, but Samsung.
Doesn't it matter?
Does it?
I don't know.
No, interlacing doesn't it?
Oh, when you have less inches, yeah, because it's 720 per inch.
Right, and I'm saying there's not that many.
There's
really
not that
don't
many
see,
inches.
Right, that big a deal on it. So, I don't know.
Wait, no, it doesn't matter. Because it's per inch, so whether or not you're doing it, it's still going to be...
because I have a 32-inch 720p TV that looks really nice compared to a 58-inch that has 1080p, and there's not much difference.
If you're talking inches, if you take 1 inch...
I don't like talking inches.
No,
it makes me nervous.
If you take 1 inch,
yeah,
720p in that inch is going to look worse than 1080p in that inch.
Right.
So take 5 of those inches... 1080 is going to look a lot better than 5 of the 720.
Right, we're going to have to go back and edit this or figure it out because we sound completely idiotic.
Oh,
the only thing I'm going to say, it's more about the girth of the screen than it is about the length. I'm just telling you.
Well, figure out what the regular Switch is. Because the Switch looks good. The regular Switch looks good. So it can't be any worse than 720.
Right. Okay.
So
I'll do that as we're talking as we go through it. All right. So that is the Switch Pro due out this year at some point. So if you haven't dropped a coin for the Switch, there is a lot of action going on. Like we just said, Pac-Man, especially for you old-time gamers like myself, it looks like it's a good thing to have, and I'm borrowing it for my son. He won't see it back for probably some time. That's what I'm guessing. All right. What else we got in the news? My son.
Oh, gosh, it's Dying Light 2.
Huh?
Dying Light 2.
You don't like Dying Light 2?
No, I love it.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I just don't like the developers. I have a love-hate relationship with the developers.
Why?
Because they are really
good. Is it WCC Tig Tac or something? Who is it?
Oh, Techland.
Oh, okay.
Techland is the developers. They are really good developers, obviously, because they created the first Dying Light, which is a masterpiece.
Is it really?
They like, it's a really underrated game. But anyways, that's why I love them. But at the same time, they're really bad as far as like being human beings, because they're not in the US. They're not from the US.
Yeah.
But there's been so many problems that have been delaying the game. It hasn't just been COVID, but it's been like their staff not working together, getting along.
Right.
And it's just
really?
stupid stuff like this.
Yeah.
Where like the project manager is like forcing these ideas onto the people who are actually making the game.
Right.
And it's like bringing out bad products because they want to do what they want to do.
Right.
And
you mean is it kind of like the DC with who's it, Whedon's version versus
no, it's
everything? Or now the 4-hour version is supposed to be awesome.
Yeah, it's like that. But it's also like Cyberpunk. What happened with Cyberpunk is where they were just trying to get the game out, and so they were telling all the people who were actually coding it to do this and this, and they weren't having fun with it anymore. And now, but I guess they're working on it. So they're still, and they finally gave a release window.
Okay.
So they haven't given a release date for like a year and a half, but they finally released window from now to the end of 2021.
Well, here's the thing they talked about is about the size of the map. It's supposed to be like pretty amazing stuff. But my question though is it just getting ridiculous to a point to where like the size of these maps and everything?
Matter?
Yeah, I mean, at some point you get bored, don't you? With like going on, I mean, even like GTA and some of these that are early on with big maps, they're still limited to a certain size, location. Each part of the map had a specific location that did something unique.
That's the great thing about this game. So this is, I know what you're saying, and that's why I'm really excited for this game, is because there's not going to be an inch of that map that that's gonna be the same. So like take Spider-Man,
Right.
PS4, one of the most everyone like it was the most fun game to just roam around, which is really hard to say when you have just an open world and all the buildings are the same where you just swing off of the buildings. It's not like anything's completely different other than like going through like maybe a hole or swinging through a hole every once in a while.
Right.
But it's just like the same, but people still love that. In this game, it is going to be I thought the first game's map was really big. It was like an insanely big map, and I finished the story and it unlocked a whole insane area. And they're saying that this game is going to be both of those insane areas times 4.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, that's cool, but it's probably just gonna be the same thing. But they're saying each area, like there's so much to do. So here's why I think it's not just gonna be like annoying to run around is because first of all they added like levitation or not levitation. They added a lot bigger heights to the game. I'm trying to figure out the word, but they made it elevation. Yeah. They added like greater elevation in the first game, so there's like taller buildings and everything. Not only that, each area is gonna be. It's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be like New York in the Spider-Man game where it's all just buildings.
Just in buildings in one level.
There's multiple levels, but like they're just all buildings, so you're swinging on them no matter what. There's different elevations. So one area will be this big city. One area will be not so much a big city, but you're still doing stuff like parkouring through zombies and things. Because this game is a parkour survival game.
Sure.
So in the city, it's not just running around the city climbing on buildings.
So there's enough obstacles to keep it interesting, and there's so many different kind of obstacles that makes it fun. Right.
So it's not just, and when you hear city and parkour, you think jumping from buildings.
Right.
It's not just jumping from buildings. There'll be a pole that you grab onto and it breaks, and you fall with the pole. You can jump and take your knife out and slide down like a big panel on the side of a building. There's parachutes, grappling hooks to swing. There's wall running. Every building is searchable. So every building.
Oh wow.
So it's not going to be to the extent where every building is like modeled and everything.
Huge.
It's like every building you can like it'll be broken down whenever you can run through it, jump out of a window into another window where you tackle zombies.
Well, that's what we always looked for. Is just everything not being, being enterable. Like, enterable? Yeah, sure. That's the, like Unity when we did. That was I love that game, but it was like every door you couldn't get in and get everything. There's only like specific doors you can go into in the whole streets. And stuff.
Actually, this game's gonna be like, well, you know how Unity, there wasn't a lot to look, but there was more than you expect. You go into a building, but all the buildings are like the same when you go into them. Right. All the small huts.
Yeah.
In this game, it's going to be like that, where they're kind of all the same, I'm guessing, with a little bit of variety.
Yeah.
But it's in every building, so it's almost like or at least of that type.
And hopefully there's different stuff, kind of like DayZ, where you could walk in. There's a lot of different buildings, but then different stuff's in there too. So
like different stuff. Like it's not going to be the same looking. It's going to be the same layout. I'm guessing, right?
Gotcha.
I don't know, because there's no way they can make every building without that, so I'm definitely assuming that it is going to be similar.
Right.
But I don't know, it's crazy what they're going to do with it.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good, and that's coming out, you think, this year at some point, right?
Yeah, they said it's coming out this year. So.
All right, cool. What else was in the news? There's a lot, because we've been gone a while. We saw... Oh, did you see one of my games, one of my early generation games is Mass Effects. Mass Effect's actually, they're doing a relaunch, a Legendary Edition. So they're going to remaster it and do it, which is great because I got to tell you, that game was so unique at the time. It was like the first time it really felt like a choose-your-own-adventure type of game. Outside of Fable and like Zelda's games, right? But the graphics weren't that great. They're okay, but they weren't great. And now I'm thinking if they go back and remaster that, I mean, the storyline was unique, everything, and if they find a different way to interact... right? Instead of the spin dial that was on there and so forth. I thought, that's pretty sweet. And I think that's due out, I think it's May 14th coming up. So we'll probably get one more showing before that. But that it's kind of unique to look at and say, Mass Effect 1, what they're changing, the weapon accuracy and handling. So that's going to be a little more cooler, as far as weapon stability. There's
more modern.
Yeah, modern type of guns. I mean, stuff that just people that they've seen now, people like ammo mods and stuff like that weren't there before are going to be in there. So there's probably some cooler stuff that literally just wasn't even thought of back then. They're going to include in this game.
That's cool.
Which is very cool because the storyline, I think the graphics, if you added in HD, would be absolutely gorgeous because it was cool then, right? As far as the mass, outtake on. So that might be one I may re-enter and look at again, because I barely remember. Shoot, I can barely remember yesterday with my age, but I'll remember the actual storyline and so forth. So yeah, that's Mass Effects. Anything else? One other thing I want to mention, I didn't have it down in the notes though, is I saw the World of Tanks is heading off to space. I think that's jumping the shark. I gotta be honest with you. When I read that headline, what are you talking about? They're celebrating, I guess, I don't know, the space cosmonaut or something, celebrating Russia's, what are they? I think it's like some, like, 100th anniversary or something. No, not 100th. I don't know what it is. It's 60th anniversary.
Are we still in a space race with Russia? Like, are they still trying to, like...
Buddy, we can't even race to the refrigerator these days. I mean, the people, we're not even doing anything to that level. I say that. Only, but it's private. It's like Musk, Elon, those guys. It's all private right now. I mean, we can't get out of our own way.
It's not a race.
But this is
like,
not
like...
What do you mean?
Are they still working to get there faster than
No,
us?
it was called a space race. Means who could get to there first,
I know.
right?
I'm saying, like...
Yeah. I'm saying we can't get out of our own way, much less to space. So we'll see. I mean, I know Musk and those guys are talking about working Mars and working the dark side of the moon for special water. Anyways, the interesting thing, I digress. World of Tanks said they're gonna launch tanks or something into space in honor of that. So I think there's like a game unlock mode or something. I don't know. I just thought it was jumping the sharks. Like, look, you don't need to put your tanks in space, right? That's a little different.
They just make a whole nother game. They have World of Tanks, World of Warships.
Right.
World of Spaceships.
How about that would be cool. I'd dig that.
Yeah.
There you go. So maybe they should do that instead. But anyways, I saw that was kind of weird. So all right, I think that's it, right?
For the news.
That's the news.
This concludes your Joystick News Report.
Joystick News.
Okay, it's time for. I feel as though should we keep this section or not? It's time for the
riff rap.
All right.
Nothing here.
What?
Nothing.
You got nothing.
Nope.
So my
I'm sorry. I do have something. I'm just gonna try out this game. I haven't tried it out yet, so technically it's not anything. But there's this really popular game on VR called Gorilla Tag.
Okay.
And each player, it's against real people, are just gorillas, and there's maps of trees, and they grab trees and they swing off them, and you just run around as gorillas, and it's tag. So it seems fun.
It's Gorilla Tag?
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. That might be cool. Well, I'm saying, is that what's out there? Because we're building dust on this thing. You know what I mean? What's hot? I mean, I was only going to reach out to the Romo Pack and say, look, guys, how do they get a hold of us? JoystickShow@gmail.com, right? Or Discord?
Yep.
Right?
We'll say it.
Let us know. I mean, what are you playing? Is VR dead? Is it still alive? What's going on with it? Because it's sitting there, and I'm trying to love it. And I'm almost going to go back to my guys at Phaser Lock. I'm going to go back to some of the earlier games because that's the only thing I still see that's valid, that's fun, right? As I look to play. Everything else, nothing. Just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I think I need to spend a weekend just, breaking open the VR library and see what's out there for sure. But yeah, so nothing really for the riff rap. Okay. It's time now for the
Deal of the week.
All right. So the deal of the week. Now, the bad part of this is that this thing was actually $9.99 last
It's
week.
no longer a deal.
Here's what I thought. When I said that, I was like, oh, move on. But it's only $19.99 for this. And I still think this is one heck of a deal for what you get. It's Zacro, Z-A-C-R-O. You can find it on Amazon.com. Zacro Switch dock station with Bluetooth, portable Switch charging stand, compact Switch to HDMI adapter, replacement charging dock from the Nintendo Switch, and it comes with a Type-C cable included, all for $20. So at $10, it was a crazy deal. But the cool thing about it is you put your Switch in it, keeps it docked and charged, right? But it has a cooling fan as well that actually keeps it running nice, right?
Yeah.
For it. It's plugged in. You get a pairing for Bluetooth that I said you could take your Bluetooth earpiece or whatever and connect it right to it.
That's cool.
And through it. So now you can play quietly. You don't need to have a wired connector, right? Does it have a wired connection for headsets? How do you listen to the audio?
You can either put it on wired.
Right?
Or, it's just wired.
Right? I don't think there's Bluetooth.
There might be a Bluetooth headset.
Just never used it? Okay.
There might be Bluetooth headset, but, not usable when you dock it or something? I don't know.
Yeah, well,
but
this
there's gotta be
allows
a
it.
reason for it. So,
Yeah, so it's really cool, and it's just $20. $19.99, right? And if you're a Prime member, free shipping, the whole dealio.
Yeah.
So, but check it out, ZACRO, Switch Dock is what I would look up, and you'd be able to find it. So pretty cool, right? Does that seem like you get it?
I would get it, but I don't need it because I already have a dock.
Does it come with a dock?
That is the dock. Or the Switch comes with a dock.
Yeah, but this one, look at the angle. It's also angled, so you can set the angle the way you want.
No, the dock isn't angled and then you play like that. The dock is what connects it to the TV. There's an HDMI cord. So you plug it into your TV and then see that little thing that it plugs into?
Yeah.
You do that and then the screen, it shows up on the big screen. That's what the dock is. So
okay.
I have a dock, so if I could plug it in,
you could do that. So is it a good deal now? I mean, it's got the...
It is, yeah.
Stuff for that?
It could, especially a good deal because if you try and buy like a Nintendo dock that it comes with, it's like really expensive, like $40.
Oh, so if you're...
So this is that,
or something, yeah.
but better.
Right. With everything on
in
it.
every way. So
that's cool.
It's definitely a good deal.
So I think that's a good deal, right? Deal of the week?
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Lastly, I wanted to talk I wanted to update our I keep saying it and I finally did. I just feel like, we drag at the end of this show. So Rumble Pack, those that hang in there, we appreciate you. So I hope you'll do this again and really take advantage of this pre-release conversation. Because it seems like every time we do, we kind of, what's this? Nothing, right? Oh, indie game, nothing, right?
Yeah.
Let's get to the point, the chase, and end it. Using GameStop actually is one. It's a pre-release video games. It's just very straight up. What's the top ones that are coming out? Trails of Cold Steel 4, right? Coming out in a couple of days on the 9th,
okay.
Right? MLB The Show 21. So there you go. For those that love MLB and want to take part in that, it's actually coming out on 4/20, which is pretty cool. There's like a cool game. I want to check this out. The official game. It's called WRC 9, coming out for the Switch, and it looks like it's like a racing game though with like guns and everything on the cars. It's like a car-based game, kind of cool. We mentioned the Resident Evil Village is due out. That looks cool. Capcom is a fan of mine. It's a Resident Evil game that's due out in May. So we're already looking ahead. I mentioned Mass Effect's Legendary coming out on 5/14. So there's some cool stuff heading your way if you love it. By the way, the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, did that other one ever come out?
That is the other one.
This is all of it?
Yep.
Okay. Due out on 5/31 finally for folks. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's coming out back. We'll have to get that and review that one for sure. So just a quick chart low to the ground, what's due out here in the coming months. So check it out. We will be going to we will be checking out. I know this is a video game review show, but we got to do the movie. We got to go see Mortal Kombat the movie. Huh?
Wait, is it new?
Yeah. Coming out.
Usually they're not very good, but
no, we should go check it out.
Yeah.
Try to reincorporate ourselves back in the movie theater with that bad boy. Right?
Yeah.
For sure. So, all right, that's the show. We appreciate you guys listening, Rumble Pack, each and every week. Again, I mentioned doing some work with everythingboardgames.com, right? Check us out there if you want to check out my reviews. If you are a board game lover as well, I do some reviewing on that. What else we got coming up? Anything else big?
Nothing.
No? You got finals coming up.
Finals?
Yeah, buddy. Then the summertime. Back at it.
Yeah. And
so we'll be hitting a few more of these shows as well. Keep you up to date on what's going on. All right? How do they get a hold of us if they want to be part of it?
At joystick_show on Twitter, joystickshow@gmail.com. Our Discord at joystickspace_show, and then our website, joystickshow.com, which I already said.
Awesome. Perfect. Thanks for reiterating that twice. Until next time, game on. Game on.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.